G'day guys, how you going? I'm Iski, welcome to my YouTube video, and hopefully a very interesting video for you today. A lot of you guys know that I recently had a massive fire at my house. It was in my bedroom thanks to a faulty electric blanket, and it burnt my entire room. It's just gutted it, which my room, by the way, is probably the size of 2 bedrooms. It's pretty much the rumpus room underneath my house. I've lived here ever since I was born. My mum and dad built this place, and they used to live in the rumpus room as well, as that was their bedroom. It's huge. I love it. I love living downstairs. But you can see just all the smoke and the soot. The fire was contained to that one room, but the smoke and the soot has totally destroyed my house. You can't live in here anymore. In fact, upstairs, we're downstairs. My bedroom was downstairs. Upstairs is just as bad as this room, which is several meters away from my bedroom. But you can see everything. This ceiling should be pure, pure white, and you shouldn't have all of that crap on the wall over there. Anyway, so it's a major job. I think what's going to happen. By the way, I make women's steel bone corsets for a living. You may have seen videos of me doing my thing in this room with the background, the backdrop behind me. They're all corsets, and I make those, although it doesn't play a role in my channel, not at the moment at least. And it does confuse a lot of people, but it does look cool. And I've just made videos of me dismantling this room. But anyway, let's move on. So that's what I do for a living. So this room is my corset showroom. I've had the insurers over, as well as the house restoration people, the guys that they use, come out to get, they get quotes from those guys. I think what's going to happen is I'm going to probably take a payout and I will rebuild the entire house myself, which doesn't sound as difficult, which isn't probably as difficult as it sounds, I should say. Upstairs, it's all just removing wall linings and the ceiling. Exactly what I'm going to be doing in this room. I'm going to make a video of me doing that, by the way. Upstairs is asbestos though, so I'm going to have to remove that first. But it's a big job, I guess, but I can definitely do it, especially considering this room that we're in right now. I built this room myself. This is basically the carport, and I turned it into this beautiful showroom, which it was beautiful. And so I know I can do the work. But anyway, talking about these folks that were around, the insurance guys and the house restoration, they kept talking, and the house restoration guy kept saying that the remediation costs were going to be huge. They were going to be massive, and it's going to be really difficult. And I didn't know what he was talking about. They kept saying the word remediation, and I butted in and I said, I don't mean to be rude, but can you just explain what's remediation? And he said it's when they come in and they've got the chemicals and they're scrubbing and getting all the soot off. And I was like, cleaning, is that what you're talking about? And he said, yeah. And I'm like in my head, well, why don't you just say cleaning? But I guess they have to make themselves sound probably a little bit more impressive, considering they are going to be charging so much money. Anyway, a couple of days later, I rang this same guy up, the house restoration guy, and I told him, I said, listen, mate, I'm just curious. I just want to let you guys know, I think I'm going to end up taking the money and rebuilding myself. And he said, because I want to do improvements in my house at the same time, pull out a couple of walls, build a different kitchen, polish floorboards, etc. And he said, mate, that's a really good idea, but I would definitely use us for remediation, because it's not a simple case of just getting soap and water and washing this down. It needs to be done professionally. And I'm like, yeah, no worries, mate, no worries. Can you just give me some idea of what you're going to be charging the insurance company in your quote? Because that's pretty much what I'll get as well once I take the money. And he said, yeah, we're probably looking at around $60,000 to $70,000. By the way, this room that I'm looking in here, this is the bedroom that caught on fire, obviously. But 60 to 70 grand, 70 grand, just say 70 grand. That's nuts. That is absolutely crazy. And I didn't say anything to him on the phone. I played it cool, and I'm like, yep, no worries, mate, no worries. Well, we'll see what happens. But I'm definitely not going to just paint over this stuff. I'll get you out. And I just left it at that. And I went home and I told my mum and dad, and they just about fell off their seat. And yeah, but the funny thing is, he said you can't just wipe this off with, use bucket of water and stuff and detergent. The thing is, guys, I immediately got a rag. I got a wet rag. And I went over to a wall, although I had kind of experimented with this before, but I just wanted to double check that I wasn't dreaming. Let's just close this door. I'll just close this door so we get a bit of light. And I just wiped the brick down. And look what happened. It came up great. Probably a lot, mainly because I painted these when I was a teenager. But you can see there. And I've kind of messed around with this bit there, and that just wipes off. And that's textured brick. And even the grout is working, or at least the concrete, the cement, because it's not grout. And I went around to most of underneath my house here, and I was just spotting it. I was just kind of testing certain areas, and it was coming off, and it was blowing me. I'm just like, well, that's crazy. So don't believe everything that you hear. So, but the thing is, the timber, all the beams up here, these are all black. They should be white. You can actually see they were all white before. These are all sooty, and that you can't just wipe that off. But I have no problem sanding it, washing it down and then sanding it back to timber. I've got no problem doing that. Anyway, I went into my bedroom then, and it's a different story. In the bedroom, it seems to be baked on. It is baked on, and I can't wipe it down. I can't wipe anything. I can't scrub it off with a rag. I just can't do it. So I had this idea. I thought, well, it's painted. Let's wipe it down with a wet rag and then hit it with some paint remover. And that's what I did at that section there. And it still didn't work. I left it on for 12, 16 hours, and it still didn't come off. So, yeah, he's right to a degree. Obviously, this room I can't really do unless I just get a flapper disc. I was even thinking about wiping it down and then just getting a flapper disc on a 9-inch grinder and just going nuts and going through like a few dozen of those things and just bringing it back to brick. I've got no problem doing that. It's probably easy in this room as well, because this is the flat side. This isn't textured. This is the flat side of the brick, whereas outside where you can wipe it off is the textured side. So it's quite doable. You can see it's weird. The ceiling up here isn't affected with the soot, that hardly at all. It was kind of burnt over there a little bit, but I'll flapper disc that down. But just here, you can just see the bare timber, so that's quite cool. So there is a way I can just flapper disc it if it really comes to it. But anyway, I went home and I told my mum and dad. They just about fell off their seats when I said 70 grand. So I jumped on YouTube and I just wanted to see what other people are doing as far as cleaning. And a lot of people are using acetone. Some are using acetone mixed with white vinegar, spraying it on with a spray bottle. And they're having great luck because they're doing it on fireplaces, and that was working. So I'm going to try that out. I'm looking forward to trying that out. In fact, I will leave a link to the best DIY video I think I've ever seen of this guy removing soot. It's awesome. Go and have a look. But it's a lot of foul language. It goes for about 3 minutes. Go and check that out. Anyway, looking on YouTube, I found this other guy as well. I saw this guy, and this thing blew me away. This guy had a video, and he had a laser, and he was running this laser along this soot, and it was just vaporizing. Couldn't believe it. It was magic. It's not the first time I've seen that technology, because I looked into buying a machine many years ago when I first saw it, when it first came out, because as most of you guys also know, I'm restoring a 1961 VW Carman Gear car that's very rusty. And so I'm restoring that car, and it takes rust off just as simply. So yeah, I looked into it, but they were just astronomically high. But it looks like they've come down in cost, so I've even been considering buying one now that I know that it can take soot off. Anyway, I looked in my area and there's a guy that does it in my area. So I've called this guy, Mitch. I called him up yesterday. Really lovely guy to talk to. Easy bloke to talk to. And had like a half an hour chat with him. And guess what? He's coming out. He's going to be here in a couple of hours. And he said he's going to bring a mobile unit with him because I can't do anything straight away until I know what's happening with my insurance. But he said we can just test the waters. We'll find some discrete sections of your wall and we'll just see how we go. But he said he knows that it's going to work. I want to see it work on the timber. He said that it works just as well on timber as it does on brick. It just vaporizes it. So yeah, he did say, which is kind of another cool thing, he said it actually takes a layer of paint off. He said, so if your wall is painted, it doesn't take the whole paint off, but it'll take a bit of paint off. And I said, so it's like I don't have to undercoat it again? And he said, exactly, mate, exactly. So how cool is that? So Mitch is coming over. That's what this video is about. I know I'm a bit of a long-winded person. I talk a lot. But he's coming over. And we're going to hit a couple of spots. He said that he's fine with me filming it, so that's cool. I actually went home and I thought to myself, I should grab my lightsaber. If you haven't already seen, just recently I uploaded a video where I went looking for my lightsaber. This here, folks, is an original Star Wars lightsaber. If you didn't know that the lightsabers that they used in A New Hope, the original Star Wars movie, well, they were the flash arms on these Graflex cameras, and this is an original Graflex flash arm, and unfortunately it was in my room when it was burnt down, and it was in amongst my undies drawers, I think, and luckily I think the clothes probably saved it from really getting destroyed. But I made a video where I went looking for it and I pulled it out and it was surprisingly in really good condition. You could tell that it had been burnt, and it's got all this kind of rainbow effect on it, but it's got a bit of rust on it as well. So I was thinking to myself, maybe I'll get him to run his wand over this and just see, because you can see that it does have rust on it. I mean, that's not difficult to get off. I was just going to soak this in some white vinegar or something like that and do a restoration on it in the end. But I don't want him to do it if it takes the shine off, because everything that I've seen so far with metal, when they take rust off, it kind of makes it look dull. But it might kind of polish up again if you buff it. So I'm going to see what he reckons. Let's see if he can run his wand over this and get some of this shit off. Anyway, guys, I'll see you in the next scene. We'll see what happens. All right, guys, so Mitch, he's here, and he's just going to get his laser and get me some goggles, but he is bringing his machine in, and he said that he reckons he can get this to look great. See all the rainbow kind of heat stuff? He reckons he can get this looking amazing, and all I need to do is polish it, and it should come up looking great. But yeah, let's go and have a look. Ugh. Wow.
It's a small guy.
So that's a small one, is it?
Yeah. That's a small one.
Wow. So we need 10 amps.
Yeah, just 10 amp for this one.
Bloody hell, cool. Is that your logo?
No, that's the manufacturer's.
Okay.
But it's yeah. So this is just a small little 100-watt unit.
Yep. And is that the fibre optic?
Yeah, this is the fibre optic cable.
Yep.
So it's a communication cable as well as the fibre optic. So this is air cooled. The laser source is inside here. That's your control mechanism. So it connects via the tablet. So through the tablet we program. We say, okay, I'm using this lens with this setup. This is what I want the power, the scan speed, the frequency to be, and the pattern. And then it communicates to the laser. We program it into the controller. That then shoots that in. It will feed it through to the scan head.
Right.
With the galvanometers in it, and it knows exactly what it needs to do.
Right.
So what I'll do is I'll plug it in, and then we'll just change the lens, because I want to use a 500 lens. And then I'll quickly program it, change, and then we'll give it a quick crack. But Just in terms of safety-wise, we're just doing a demo today, right?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I'm just going to clean one brick.
Yep.
And obviously we're not going to be using any PPE for this one, but just because it's a demo. But on the job itself, we'll definitely be wearing respirators.
Sperm suits and all of that kind of stuff. Do you have to wear that?
Not necessarily. With soot, because it's a dry process and we're capturing all the waste at the source.
Yep.
We don't necessarily need to wear sperm suits unless it's like super hazardous, like toxic
Yeah,
waste.
yeah.
Well, this isn't really toxic. I understand, yes, there might. Lasers are very similar to cameras, in fact, because we're using focal lenses. We use focal lenses, very similar to a camera.
So that's the lens you're putting in now, is it?
Yeah, the focal lens. So the lenses, depending on the lens, will give you the different focal distance.
Yep.
That depends on the aggression of the laser. So I'm using a 500 lens, which is a soft lens.
Right.
And that's what we generally use for soot removal. If I wanted to go a bit more aggressive to get paint removed, then I'd use the 250 or I'd use the bigger machine. For big surface areas like this, we use a much bigger machine.
Yep. Listen, this little kitten, I might just kick him out.
Hey.
That's my neighbour's cat.
Is he?
Yeah, there's two of them. Hang on, let me just drag him out here and see if I can close this door. Because he... Go away. Awesome. So what are you doing now? You're programming it, are you?
Yeah, we're going to program the laser. So I'll try. I'll show you two different designs.
Oh, these are the wave patterns you're talking about when you say designs, like
Yeah.
whether they go like that and up and down.
Correct. So you'll actually have. I'm going to do a circle and a straight line. I don't know why this isn't working. Come on, oh, there we go.
Push that.
Okay, so now that's programmed. Now what I'm going to need from you is for you to put on some safety goggles.
Yep, these ones down here. I'll have to put the camera down, I think, or are they just normal glass style?
Just glass style.
Okay, beautiful.
There we go.
That's a beast of a wand, mate.
Yeah, it's pretty big. This supplier, this manufacturer, this is basically where most of their technology sits. Is within this, and you can actually see they 3D print their own.
Okay, is that 3D printed, is it?
Yeah, it's 3D printed.
Ah.
So they actually 3D print their own. So yeah, it's
It's another thing I do on my channel, Mitch.
Is
3D printing.
yeah, nice. All right, you ready for this?
Yeah, so we can see. All right, so what are we going to do?
So we're going to clean over here.
Yeah,
So I'll just clean that bit with this one design, with one pattern,
absolutely.
and then I'll clean another one for the other pattern.
Yeah, sure.
You ready?
Yep. I don't know. There we go.
So the stick's pretty thick.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
What?
But you can see the way the paints bubble. So you see I'm not actually removing a lot of paint, right?
Yeah.
Because there the paint's bubbled from the fire.
Yeah.
I'm not removing a lot of paint. And
Yeah.
That's why I say the small machines are good for that.
Yeah.
But I mean, and that's
I mean, I was
That's
expecting
the-
the wand to be a lot closer as well, but
No,
you're,
yeah.
you're about, what, half a metre away?
half a meter, yeah.
That's wow.
And there's no soot. There's no soot on there. You can wipe that as much as you want. Obviously, I got the edge, but
Wow.
there's no soot on there. Yeah.
That's incredible.
Obviously, that paint's come off. With the bigger
Yeah.
machine, we'd literally take this entire layer off.
That's,
To
yeah.
expose that layer over there.
So basically, you could do this whole room, and it's like you'll leave it so that it's like got undercoat on it, and I can literally just paint over
Pretty
that.
much, yeah.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, pretty much.
That's
And then I just want to flick
nuts.
to the other setting quickly.
Guys, I couldn't even wipe that off with a rag, and that's crazy. All right.
This is number 4, which is another setting which one of my partners really enjoys.
Oh yeah. Wow,
Yeah, there's no soot on there.
mate, that's incredible. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I would. That's the pattern that I'm
Yeah.
used to seeing on YouTube with the other guys.
Yeah.
Wow. And what happens? Like a lot of people, I noticed in a lot of the comments, people just don't know what happens with the soot once it's being burned away. It's just vaporized, is
It's
it?
vaporized, yeah. So basically what we're doing is we're firing a high amount of energy at a rapid rate onto the surface.
Yep.
That soot absorbs the energy at a rapid pace, at a rapid rate. It crimps and it releases as a vapor, and that's where we extract using a HEPA filter.
Right.
So literally we would have a filtration system right here at the source.
Ah, okay.
So as I'm lasering, it's all getting sucked
Yep.
into
Yep.
into the filtration system, which is again HEPA, which captures 99.9% of the contaminants,
Sure.
which means we don't contaminate the rest of the area.
Yeah.
Traditional methods, you would hot wash or chemical wash, and
Yeah.
that would all fall down to the ground.
That's right. Yeah.
You would have to clean the ground and stuff, where we don't have to do that.
Yeah. No chemicals, nothing.
No, so you can see it's pretty quick.
That's. You want to
Yeah.
try this lightsaber?
Yeah, let's do that.
Okay.
Can we get outside where there's more light?
Yeah. Do we have to? Have you? How long's that? Oh, yeah. That'll reach, won't
What
it?
I'm going to do is, I might just, it's very quick to set up. So if we're going to go outside, I might just do this. I might just
Oh yeah. So you might want to open the door, close it because of the cat.
As I took the cable out, I was like, that's pretty strong.
How good is that?
Maybe we do the lightsaber in here because the cat, I'm worried
I'll
about.
I'll just lock him next door.
You sure?
Yeah, the freaking cat's just waiting for us.
I don't want to blind the cat.
Here, cat. Are you up there, Gordon? Can you come and hold your cat? He's getting in the way of my YouTube video. Thanks, mate.
What's up, buddy? What's going on?
He's a good kitty. We're just not welcome at the moment. All right.
So the system's pretty small.
Yeah, I'm surprised how small that is,
Yeah.
and that just ripped through it, right?
That's why we prefer this laser for jobs like this.
I don't know if you need the big one that you were
No.
talking about with
Well,
the
that's why I said I'd rather come have a look. And also, and this is why I set you on the phone. If you're hot washing it,
Yep.
I'd rather you not hot wash it, because what happens is it actually forces the soot into the brickwork,
Right.
because the brickwork and the concrete is already porous.
Right. Yes. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that soot's going back into the brickwork, and then for us to come in and having to extract that out is just a lot more difficult.
Yep.
Where when it's just sitting on the surface, the laser's just vaporizing and we're capturing it. It's much easier, much faster. So
Right.
that's there. I just want to set this up. Setting.
Oh, freaking cat's come back. That might be the other one. There's two kittens.
Yeah.
Come here.
Come here, kitty.
Let me-
Come here, cat.
yeah. Sorry, buddy. I'll just get in there because I don't want him.
Come on.
Come here, man.
There we go.
All right. I'll take you up to Gordon. All right. We are kitten free. And I think that is kind of poetic, don't you reckon? We're going to be fixing up this lightsaber
No.
using a
I'm
laser.
excited. Yeah, exactly right.
You're excited. Cool.
Yeah, that's pretty good. I love that.
This is a real lightsaber, folks. This is a genuine 100-year-old Graflex flash arm, which is what they used to use back in the day.
Alright, let's just get this. I like that.
In fact, I should break this down, shouldn't I?
Yeah, if you take it apart, it'll be good.
Okay.
I'm going to take it down to 50% power and then we'll see how that goes.
All right. In fact, I think I can take this sleeve off, and I'm just going to need a tiny little flathead. I didn't expect this.
No, you're right.
I think my toolbox is in the car. Yeah, I couldn't really find the screwdrivers that I was looking for, but I think these are going to be too big. Oh, that might work. Maybe not. Yeah, because everything's kind of been... Oh, that's coming off.
There we go. Slow and steady.
Let's try this one. There we go. Yeah, I've never taken this off before. Oh,
Don't lose it.
does that just come off?
Maybe it's got a clip on it.
Feels like something.
Let's start with this guy over here.
I'll just show the folks one last time.
Yeah.
We've got all this heat, like rainbow effect, and Mitch reckons that'll come off. So
Yeah, so that's what we actually call heat staining.
it's heat staining,
Very
right?
similar to welding. So what happens with welding is you're applying a lot of heat transfer onto the material, the steel, and then that heat, that's obviously the chemical reaction within the steel, and that staining happens, and that's why you get that rainbow effect.
Right.
But we'll clean that up pretty good.
All right. Let's do it.
You ready?
Yeah, and that's the other end.
Yeah.
The other. All right. I'm excited.
Yeah. So what we'll do is I want to clean up over here first because there's a bit of writing in there.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
can actually see that the laser is non-contact, non-abrasive.
Yep.
So we're not actually going to remove any of the surface material. We'll just remove the contamination on the surface.
Cleaning a lightsaber with a laser. Cool.
All right, are you ready for this?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So, we might have actually be able to go a little bit more powerful, but
Wow. Even straight away, that
Yeah.
looks twice as good,
yeah.
mate.
So if we look at over here, I'll just go.
No way.
I've gone a bit low on the power because obviously it's an old lightsaber.
Yeah.
but
Just
I
want to
can
be
actually-
careful.
Yeah, I can actually turn
Mate,
that
what
up a bit.
happens if you hit your fingers with that?
It's infrared, so it heats up, so it is a heat transfer. So you don't particularly want to be hitting your fingers because it will burn you. So, yeah. But this is a very small laser, so you'd have to hold the laser there for a little while before it actually burns you. But if you give this a good polish now,
Yeah.
that should be good. Just want to make sure you've got all of it.
Feel free to pump it up if you feel like you need to pump it up.
Yeah, I think we might do that. But having
Mate.
a look at that,
That is incredible. I can't see any of that
Heat
heat
stain?
stain.
yeah, it's gone.
That's incredible.
Yeah,
And
so if you give that a polish now, that'll come up extremely well.
Wow.
There's another one. So that, I don't know if you want to show your viewers that, but that's heat stained through and through. That's purple.
can we see that in the camera? I'm not sure.
Not
Yeah,
sure.
yeah, I can see
Yeah.
that.
All right, I'll do that.
That
on
is
the-
pretty. That's really purple.
Yeah.
Just that bit that I've bent.
Yeah. So
Right.
what I'll do is I'll clean that up for you, and I'll clean the rest.
Do you want to pump up your volume and see how you go with
Yeah,
that?
Actually, I might do that. You're right. Let's take it to 70%.
So what are we at now? What?
50%
That's
power, half the
50% power. Okay.
And remember, this is a soft lens, right? If I wanted to go more aggressive, I change the lens, and then we can push it up. But I don't want to go aggressive on this, and it's stainless steel, so
Yep.
so we'll go up to 70. So 70% it is. So very quick and easy. Wait for that to load. That's loaded. You ready?
Yeah. Set. Oh and wow.
So you can actually see I'm
Yeah.
cleaning the concrete as well.
Yeah.
Look at that. And if I wanted to clean that,
Yeah.
that's just yeah.
I want
Just
one.
years of, and also the soot, years of dirt build up.
I want one. That's incredible.
Yeah. So
That's like
So
the
there's
day I
no-
made it.
there's no heat staining.
That's
And
nuts.
it's also it's a bit warm, but it's not super hot. Like it's hot there, but
Yeah, yeah.
you can still handle it.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Mate, that is so good.
Yeah. It's good, eh? So what I want to
Oh.
do is I actually want to, because the light will actually get into that little crevice as well.
Oh really? The fold.
Yeah. So wherever the light touches, it'll clean, right? So that's one of the beauties with lasers. So you can actually see it penetrating.
Yeah, yeah.
So we'll get in as far as we can. You won't be able to see it because it's folded, but I know that I've cleaned it, so that's good. That
Wow.
one's done. So let's do this guy.
That is really heat stained.
Yeah.
Just gonna show you everyone. That's
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah. And it's even got a bit of rust on it, which is great.
Yeah, there's rust on the other side of
Yeah.
it.
You ready?
Yeah. What?
Yeah, so I'll just
That's incredible. Let's just, can I just show them this
Yeah.
part here, because that is really, really
rusted.
that's rusted.
Yeah, and it's also got a lot of heat effect.
Yeah, that's where the Graflex. You can actually see
Yeah.
Graflex written from there.
Yeah.
All right.
All right.
Can we put it in the sun? That might
Yeah,
be better.
sure.
That's probably a
that.
bit better.
Okay. You ready?
Yeah, mate. Whoa.
So anything metal, there's a bit of pitting there. So
Yeah.
what we'll do is we'll loosen the pitting up. I'll just take the pitting off. Usually I do this with a wire brush, but I don't have a wire brush on me today. So that's alright.
Your finger all right?
Yeah,
Might get a
finger's all right.
toothbrush if you like.
Nah, it's too soft.
Yeah.
I'll just heat that up. There's a bit of pitting on there, but yeah, that's
Mate, that's better than
yeah, and then
so much
also,
better.
There's just this one area over here. So when I do this, over there like that. You see this area over here?
Oh,
You
yeah.
can see that?
Yep.
Yeah.
How about
we
the
go.
inside?
Yeah,
Inside.
we'll get the inside. as
That's
well.
nuts. Look at that. Wow.
So look at this little area. Just balance it over there. Right.
I was going to do this full-on restoration video on this. It's going to be forever, and you've just done it in 5 minutes.
A couple of minutes, yeah. And then we'll do the inside. So inside I'll go. I don't know if you want.
Show the folks at
Yeah.
home. You can see there's this gimbal's just. Hang on a second. Yeah, the gimbal's spacking out a bit. It's getting a bit hot. There you go.
Yeah. Too hot?
No, it's just yeah. I've had it on for a while.
Yeah.
But yeah, you can probably see, folks, inside there. There's a lot of rust inside the collar of the sleeve. But see how you go. Alrighty.
Yeah, let's go. Alright, sorry. I just want to get it nice clear. So you can see the vapor coming off.
Yeah.
That's actually the rust. So like I said, lasers is a non-contact, non-abrasive process. So we don't actually remove any material, we just vaporize contaminant off the surface.
Wow. It looks cool when it's going through the the smoke,
Yeah.
because you can see the laser.
Oh, can you?
Yeah.
Nice.
I don't know if it's coming up on camera though.
So what you can actually see is that's clean.
That is clean, mate. Thank you so much.
Yeah, that's cool.
What?
Let's do a spring for you as well, and then we'll get stuck into this guy. Okay.
Wow, that's brand new.
Yeah. Okay. And then we'll get into this. This guy's
That's
done.
the first one, wasn't it?
Yeah.
That we tried.
Just want to put them there. But yeah, polish that up. So I'm not going to go over the glass, but I'll go over the middle bits.
Yep.
Um,
You see how?
You ready?
Yeah, mate.
Actually, see how it's taken.
That's in,
Yeah.
that looks brand new.
Yep. And then we'll flip that over. Well, actually, what we do is we take this little guy and just add this over here so we can go. Just clean that up. Yeah, it's looking good.
It is looking good. I'm looking forward to seeing
You see?
this bit over here. That's really rusty. That's chunky rusty.
Yeah, but you can see when the laser is not effective, that means it's clean.
Right. Okay.
So,
Yeah.
So what, so if I go over there, you can hear it working.
Yep.
But when it stops working, that means it's super clean. So over here, there's
That's a plastic red button. So
yeah. So I'm not going to clean that.
yeah, I'll replace that.
Yeah, you'd have to replace that one for sure. Just want to clean this side. So get down the edges. Okay, now we flip it around. And then we
Yeah,
go.
this bit here. Guys, look at this bit here. That's pretty rusty.
Okay, let's go.
Whoa. It's just fallen off.
And because of the sunlight, you don't really see the beam through our goggles. So I don't know if you can see it on the camera. But
You can see the beam, just
yeah, through
only
the goggles you won't really see. But there's a bit of pitting on here.
Yep.
Just get that pitting off because there's a bit of rust. A bit rusty. Yeah, that's good. And then
Yeah, you can sit it on top of the rabbit. Oh yeah, do this side. Whoa, that's amazing. I'm not even looking in the viewfinder. I don't even know if I got that part, but I'm just focused. My eyes are just focused.
yeah.
It's just incredible to watch. Do you want me to?
No, you're right. You're good. There we go.
Insane,
Technology's come a long way.
isn't it? Incredible.
Some of it looks like it might be. Oh, that's good. That's good. That's really good.
That looks cool.
Yeah. I'll just get that little piece over there. There we go.
Oh yeah, in between the rabbit ears. Mate, that looks almost as good as it did when I first bought it. It was like, that's incredible.
You get a good polish and you've got a nice shiny lightsaber.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll actually I'll clean as far as I can go into the tube as well.
Yeah, you can. Do you want to go over that? Because that was with 50%, wasn't it?
Yeah, I can go over it again. I just want to get as far as we can go in.
Oh yeah.
Because wherever the light touches, it's going to clean.
Yep.
So I'm just going as deep as we can.
Because I think that's actually brass in this. I have a feeling it might be brass.
Yeah, the nice thing with the laser is, if it's metal, we'll clean it.
Yeah.
It's just the only thing with the different metals is we've got to obviously, softer metals we don't work aggressively. So obviously this is a soft lens, so I'm not too worried about it. But you can see it working over the surface.
Yeah.
I think we got it all. See how it stops being ineffective?
Yeah, yeah. You can hear it,
Yeah. There we go.
mate. You are a legend.
Lightsaber sorted. That was
You're
good,
a
eh?
legend. Thank you. Thank you so much. I can't wait for you to come and do the rest of my place.
Yeah.
So what you're saying is you just used the soft lens on that, what we just saw inside here,
Yeah.
which it's
Oh yeah, I'll bring the power lead.
that's okay. That was a soft lens.
Yeah, so that's the soft lens. Let me bring this back in. Just watch your step here with your cord. There we go. There we go.
Yeah. So guys, just to let you know, I couldn't scrub this. I scrubbed and I scrubbed and I scrubbed and I couldn't get that off. There you go. And he's just burned through that in 20 seconds. And the other thing I mentioned earlier in the intro to this vid, I tried paint remover. I used this paint remover. Left it on there for 16 hours. It was soft and it just wouldn't come off. And Mitch is just, yeah, technology, eh?
Yeah,
Mate.
a couple of seconds.
Yeah, thank you very much for that, Mitch. I really appreciate it.
My pleasure.
And yeah, anyway, I'll finish this video off a bit later, but thank you very much. Oh, the other thing is,
Yeah.
can you do a little bit of the wood? If you put it away?
I did put it. I switched it off, but we can
No,
switch
that's
it on.
okay.
I'll come in.
Do you reckon-
I can do over there.
Yeah, just do a bit.
Yeah, let me go get it.
So it just takes it back to timber.
Yeah. Look, if it's been scorched, if the wood's scorched and it's obviously affected by the fire, we can't fix that. But if there's just soot on the wood, we'll take it back to timber.
Yeah.
Without,
Yeah.
without damaging it. Let me get the machine because I'll pack it away after this. But yeah, yeah, chemicals. That's one of our biggest benefits is that we don't use chemicals. All right. I was thinking up over there.
Yeah, give that a shot.
I don't know how badly affected it is, but some of it might be burnt. But you can see how we clean
Yeah,
this.
it's coming off. Wow. Well, that's probably the lighter stuff, isn't it, up the top?
Yeah, this
But that stuff there is probably burnt. I'd say
Yeah.
that's charred.
But even if it's charred, you can see the soot coming off.
It is, yeah, you definitely can.
Yeah, where the clean side's not.
How about just the soot outside here on these beams? Or just because this is. I'll get the light up.
Yeah.
There. Oh,
You got it?
yeah, mate. So you.
Over here.
Yeah, maybe this somewhere where the insurance aren't going to say, "Have you had a laser guy in?"
Yeah. So I'll go. You good?
Yep, I'm good. Oh wow! So it is white paint underneath that, and look at that, the white paint's coming back. Mate, that's incredible. All right, that'll do.
Yeah.
Thanks, Mitch.
Yeah, so it's a dry process, chemical free, not abrasive, no chemical waste, no overspill, no. The cleanup happens as we clean, so we pretty much laser blades, and then as we do that, the vaporized contaminant gets sucked away.
Mm.
So it's pretty good, eh?
Mate, thank you very much. I'll kill this camera again. Whoa! So that was Mitch. What a dead set legend. What a legend. I can't believe he just did that. Look at that. He cleaned and fixed my lightsaber. It's amazing. I just literally remembered I could unscrew this kind of lens. He said he just didn't want to get it close to the glass, and but I just remembered that I could unscrew it, so he could have. But the cool part is, he said when he comes back, he'll tickle it up, because we went over it, and we could see a few bits that he missed, but he was being pretty quick. So he's going to go over it, and then I will make another video where I polish it up and bring it back. But that's just insane. I can't believe how well that turned out. I mean, that cost me so much money, and yeah, how good is that? Thanks, Mitch. Anyway, let's recap what he just did in here, right? So like I said, I explained before, I can't even wipe this down and scrub it with anything and get any of the soot off. It's like baked in. But Mitch brought out his smallest machine. That is his smallest machine, and there you go. That's amazing. So this was the circular pattern that he used on the lightsaber, and up there. Now, when I wasn't really interviewing him. It was all kind of off the cuff, this kind of video, when I was talking to him. But I don't know if you could work out what we were saying. But Mitch was saying, so that was his smallest machine. What happens when he gets the soot comes off, but what happens, it takes half a layer of paint off, and you're left with the other half. And generally you get all this bubbling and flaking, right? And he said, if we use the small machines, that's what's going to happen. You will have to come through with a big, stiff brush and basically just scrub it, and before you paint. And yeah, I have no problem doing that. That's probably what I'll do. Although there is an option 2. Option 2 is he brings his bigger machine in, and that's 1,000 watts. And it just does the same type of thing, but it takes everything back to this, he said. And but the problem is you need 30 amps. You need 30 amps. Now, if I get my light, I'll show you my fuse board, my switchboard, there you go. I ain't getting 30 amps through that. All of my power is coming from next door through extension leads. So yeah, anyway, but I think I'm going to be happy just using his small machines. He said he'd get another fella out, and he reckons he could probably knock this entire room over in a couple of days, which is fantastic. The other cool part about it, so he'll quote for 3 days, And the really cool part is if it doesn't take, just for contingency, you know, if it doesn't take that long, he just charges however long it takes. And I just think that's the way to do business, and really, really cool. So, wow, thanks, mate. Anyway, let's have a quick look up the top here. I'm glad I thought about this. So what I might get him to do, I might get Mitch to actually do the bedroom in there, and I might get him to do the beams outside. Then I don't have to bloody sand it, you know, and create a mess. And I'll do all these walls outside here because I can just wipe them down with wet water, you know, detergents and water, etc. Sponge. But yeah, it's just really interesting. So a lot of these people, like the guys that I mentioned earlier on in the video, $70,000. They want $70,000 to come in with chemicals and scrubbing brushes and a team of guys, and they want to be here for probably 10 days or something like that and really go to town. Whereas, you know, Mitch can come in here and do the whole thing in 2 days. And I'll tell you now, I don't want to talk prices, what it's going to cost, but he's got a daily rate, and he works it out as well as a square metre rate type of thing. He's going to do up a quote. I'm just going to send him some measurements. He's that cool as far as you know, meterage and working stuff out. I'm just going to measure some stuff up and send it to him. And yeah, he's going to give me a couple of quotes, and I'll take it from there. But a day's rate was just incredible. It blew me away, totally blew me away, what it will cost. So it's dirt cheap compared to that other price. And it's going to be better results as well. All right, folks, that's my video. I'd like to say thanks for watching. Apologies that it was long and drawn out. By the way, I will be doing videos with Mitch doing this entire room. I'll be doing time lapse. We will, he said it's okay. As long as I wear protective gear, I can come in and film. And although I think what I'll end up doing is just having a bunch of cameras and doing a time lapse. And there you go. Guys, thanks again. Please like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one.